Long ago, in the land of Israel, a great fear spread across the valley. Two vast groups of people stood on opposite hills. The morning sun shone through dramatic clouds, and a tense silence filled the air. In a grand camp far away, the Philistine people gathered, their banners waving in the wind. They waited with anticipation for a challenge that would shake the entire land. On the rocky hills, the army of Israel stood in silence. Anxiety filled their hearts. They could not move nor speak. The tension in the valley was overwhelming. Then a towering figure appeared, a man unlike any they had ever seen. His name was Goliath. His presence alone struck fear into the hearts of the people. He raised his hand and spoke across the valley. His voice echoed like thunder. Everyone listened, terrified of what he would say. The soldiers of Israel stepped back, unsure of what to do. Their faces reflected fear and doubt. For 40 days the same voice challenged them, and for 40 days they did nothing. King Saul, the leader of Israel, watched with concern. His hands trembled slightly, and his heart was heavy. How could they defeat such a powerful figure? Far from the battlefield, a young shepherd named David watched his sheep. He was small, quiet, and gentle, but his heart was full of courage and faith. David had faced dangers before. Lions and bears had come near his flock, and each time God had delivered him. His confidence grew with every challenge. One day, his father gave him a basket of food. "Take this to your brothers in the camp," he said. David obeyed without hesitation, carrying both food and faith. He walked along dusty paths toward the distant camp. Rolling hills stretched out before him. The morning sun warmed his face, and a sense of purpose filled him. Upon arrival, David saw the soldiers standing quietly. Tents dotted the landscape, and people whispered in fear. He sensed the tension and knew something needed to change. From the valley below, a voice thundered. David stopped. The giant's challenge filled the air, and all around him, the soldiers cowered. David could hardly believe it. Why would an army stand still in fear? He looked at the soldiers and felt a spark of determination within him. "Who is this giant?" David said softly, "that he should challenge the army of the living God?" His voice carried confidence, and those around him listened with curiosity. King Saul summoned David. "You are young," he said, "and the giant is a warrior." But David stood tall. "The Lord who saved me from lions and bears will save me from this giant," he declared. Saul offered him armor and protection, but David shook his head. The armor was too heavy, and it did not fit his spirit. He removed the armor, determined to face the giant as himself. His faith was his only protection, and in that moment his courage shone brighter than any shield. David knelt at a small stream. He picked 5 smooth stones, placing them carefully in his bag. Every stone was a symbol of preparation, faith, and trust in God. With sling in hand, David walked toward the valley. The wind blew softly across the hills, carrying hope with it. He did not look at the giant, only at God who went before him. The giant looked down at him in surprise. How could such a small boy dare approach? The soldiers whispered, amazed at David's boldness. David stopped and stood tall. "I come in the name of the Lord," he said. His words carried strength beyond his years, and faith radiated from him. He placed a stone in his sling. His hands were steady. His heart trusted in God alone. The valley seemed to hold its breath. He swung the sling, and the stone flew through the air. Time seemed to slow. Every eye followed its path, amazed by the precision of a faithful heart. Goliath's eyes widened in shock. He had not expected this. His strength could not match the courage and faith of the boy before him. The stone struck the giant's forehead. A hush fell over the valley. The impossible had happened. Goliath fell to the ground. The soldiers of Israel gasped and then erupted with awe. David had achieved victory, not with strength, but with faith. The army of Israel rejoiced. They raised their hands in victory and praise. The young shepherd had shown them the power of trust in God. The valley was calm once more. The sun bathed the hills in golden light. Silence and peace filled the land, a reminder of divine protection. Remember this: no giant in your life is bigger than the God who stands with you. Your courage, faith, and trust can move mountains. If this story inspired you, subscribe for more powerful Bible stories that strengthen faith and inspire life.